welcome back to my channel. I'm Celestial Tree. I'm an astrologer, intuitive reader, and soul psychologist as well. And today we're going to be chatting about the last new moon of the year. The new moon happening on the 30th of December at 9 degrees of Capricorn. So make sure you're checking your natal charts for any planets and points around 9 degrees of cardinal signs. So Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. I hope everybody's had a great Christmas and a nice holiday period as well. Before I get started, here is a gentle reminder. If you would like a reading from me, you can book with me on my website at celestialhealingrealm.com. And remember to subscribe to my new YouTube channel for more astrology updates as well. So it's the final new moon of the year. It is the perfect new moon for setting intentions for 2025. It is a new moon in the realistic and pragmatic sign of Capricorn. If you want to hear more about your astrology, well, not your astrology, but the astrology of 2025, you can head over to my channel for an in-depth analysis of all the main astrological transits for 2025. But yeah, this new moon is quite special because it is post-Mercury retrograde, meaning all the things that we've been reflecting on and reassessing in regards to whatever area of our chart Sagittarius rules, we can take those things and really apply them to our plans and our goals for the new year. We have also had a full moon in Gemini on the 15th of December, not too long ago, that has allowed us to really reflect on the people, places, and experiences that have really informed our belief system and how we view the world and how our worldview has changed over the course of this year. So taking all of those reflections and reassessments and really sitting down at this new moon and making some tangible, realistic goals for the new year is going to be a really, really good way to work with the energy of the new moon in Capricorn. The new moon is in a really harmonious aspect to the planet Saturn, which is the ruler of Capricorn. So there's extra support for dreaming up new goals and new aspirations. So I'm kind of excited about this new moon. Let me know in the comments what your plans are for the new moon in Capricorn. If it's goal journaling, vision boarding, let me know. So now I'm going to give you guys your new moon in Capricorn horoscopes for each sign, and please do remember to listen to your sun sign and your rising sign as well. Aries suns and Aries risings. This new moon in Capricorn will happen in your 10th house of status, public reputation, and career. So this is the perfect time to start dreaming up new career goals. Whether those goals are related to your current career path or if you want to kind of take a whole new path next year. This new moon in Capricorn is a really good time to set new intentions for your career and for your achievements as well, Aries. And don't forget to give yourself props for all the stuff that you have already achieved this year as well. This new moon might bring a new career opportunity your way, or you could be sitting down with somebody that you trust and detailing how you want the year ahead to look for you career-wise. If you're in a job and you are happy with your job and how it's progressing, then you could hear news of a promotion around the new moon. And because Saturn is making a harmonious aspect to this new moon, you might find that the promotion does come with additional responsibilities, which is not a bad thing, but it can be a little bit daunting for sure at first. So it's a really good time for you, Aries. Take the time that you need to sort of sift through your feelings about your career and be really realistic and really practical with the plans that you're making around the 30th of December. And I'm wishing you all the best with it. Taurians, Taurus suns and Taurus risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your 9th house of overseas travel, higher learning, and beliefs. So this is the house of expansion, Taurians. So you might find yourself around the time of this new moon looking at ways you can expand your worldview and broaden your horizons as well. You might be looking closely at the places you want to go next year, as well as the things that you want to study and the things that you want to learn in order to broaden your worldview next year. You could even begin a new learning cycle around the 30th of December, or set the intention to learn something new in 2025. You might also be a little bit bored at the end of this year. And when I say bored, I literally just mean dissatisfied with your mundane routines and the everyday happenings of your life. You might feel like next year I really want to break free of this everyday mundane routine and actually prioritize myself and my spiritual development and my need to explore, have like a deeper exploration of life, whether that be through traveling, learning about different cultures, or taking a class in something that you're interested in. So this is a really important new moon for you, Taurians. Try and sit down and craft some really detailed and really practical plans, whether that's just making a list of your goals or vision boarding, whatever way works best for visualizing some of the energies that you want to bring in next year. The ninth house also rules over publishing. So if there is anything that you're working on, this is a really good time to sit and work on it and set the intention to publish your work at some point in the new year. So good luck with it, Taurians. Gemini suns, and my fellow Gemini risings. This new moon in Capricorn will happen in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and psychological transformations as well. This new moon signals a new beginning in the area of shared resources for you Geminis, and you might be getting together with a partner and discussing your finances for the year, and setting the intention on how to be better with money or how to better navigate your financial world in 2025. You might set out a plan to pay something off around the new moon in Capricorn. You might make some new like financial plans or savings plans. But either way, you're setting some new intentions in that area for next year. This could also be quite an internal new moon for you as well, Geminis. I know that this year, like for everybody, has been quite up and down for us. In terms of like your mental state and your mental health. So you could be writing down or sharing plans with loved ones on how you intend to better navigate your mental space, whether that's through a different type of talking therapy or through setting the intention to sort of incorporate things that are beneficial to your psyche and to your mental health into your day-to-day activities. You might also feel the need to transform yourself in some way. This new moon might call you to examine which parts of your life need an overhaul. It could be external, it could be internal, and you might be thinking about how that transformation is going to look going into the new year. So it's a really good time to write down some of those goals in these areas before the year ends and create some really practical plans for how you're going to actualize those goals in 2025. Cancerians, Cancer suns and Cancer risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, marriage, and contracts, which signifies a new beginning for you in one or more of those areas, Cancerians. If you're single, there is a chance that you could set the intention to prioritize romance and relationships in the upcoming year, especially if you've been dating on and off this year. You might be like, right, what person do I actually want to attract next year? How are they going to contribute meaningfully to my life, and how do I intend to contribute meaningfully to their life? You might also, if you are single, meet somebody around the 30th of December that you might intend to begin building something romantic with. I think sometimes for those with prominent Cancer placements, it might feel easier to kind of return to people who are familiar. Um, or sometimes you might find it hard to kind of let go of people who you have a bond with, or remove people from your life that are kind of past their sell by date because they're familiar to you. I think letting go of the old before the year is done is going to be really crucial for you, Cancerians, especially when it comes to welcoming new energies in, energies might serve you better in the new year. You gotta welcome those in by letting go of the old. Um, if you are in a partnership or a marriage already or in a relationship, this might be a time where you set new intentions together. You might be considering or discussing with a partner what things you want to experience together next year, what places you want to visit, what experiences and circumstances you want to try and like have. You might be thinking about how you want to also like enrich your relationship or reconnect in some way, going into 2025, reconnecting within a marriage or within a relationship. Um, if you are in a relationship, I would encourage you to mood board together or vision board together. I think that's a really good way to plan and visualize the energies that you want to bring in next year, and also consider if there are ways that you can better support each other going into the new year as well. That would be a fantastic way to work with the energy of the new moon in Capricorn. Leo suns and Leo risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your sixth house of work, day-to-day routines, and physical health. So this new moon is post Christmas indulgence. So I feel like you guys are going to be setting some new intentions around your physical health and also your health in general. I feel like you guys have worked really, really hard this year when it comes to trying to improve your daily habits and how you can sort of improve your health and well-being. But I do feel like this new moon is the perfect opportunity for getting clear about how you want not just your physical health to look in 2025, but also your mental health and your mental stability as well. This might be the beginning of a new health regimen or even a new attitude towards your health. But either way, this is a welcome new beginning for you. You could also be decluttering or reorganizing your living space ahead of the new year as well. This might also be a time where around the new moon in Capricorn, you set some intentions around work and your job. You might be looking for a new job or moving jobs or even move into like a completely different work environment. I feel like it would be good to make like a bit of a game plan and set intentions in the areas of health and work, and kind of make yourself like a roadmap on what it is that you want and how you're going to get there, and be really like methodical about it, you know. Write your intentions down or share them with loved ones or even share them online, regardless of which way you share them. Try to be as realistic and practical as you can, because this new moon is in the pragmatic sign of Capricorn, and the ruler of Capricorn, Saturn, is making a harmonious aspect to this new moon. So realism, practicality, things that are tangible, those are going to be priority when it comes to setting intentions for the new year. Virgo suns and Virgo risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your fifth house of fun, pleasure, dating, hobbies, creativity, and children. I feel like finally, Virgos, you guys are letting loose around December 30th and prioritizing your well-being, which is a fantastic thing. Please do let your hair down. You've had an incredibly tumultuous year. Full of highs and lows. Like the highs were really high and the lows were really low, and I do feel like this is a time to really let yourself lean into a state of pleasure and a state of creativity as well. This new moon is a really good opportunity to set intentions ahead of the new year, especially around children. You might be thinking like, I want to spend more time with my children next year. It's a good time to set intentions around things like dating and romance, as well as your own hobbies and sort of creative pursuits as well. Really take the time to sit with yourself and the things that you've been reflecting on during this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, and also that full moon in Gemini around the 15th of December. Take those reflections and what you've learned and apply them to your plans for 2025. I know you guys are already quite practical and quite realistic with your goal setting and spreadsheets and all of that type of stuff, but Saturn is also present, making a harmonious aspect to this new moon. Use that Saturnian energy to think about how you want to prioritize your joy and your pleasure seeking next year. Think about what it is that you want to create. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? What is it that you want to experience? This could also be a time where you set some intentions around dating and romance as well for 2025. What type of partner do you want to bring in? How do you want that romance to feel? These are the questions that you're going to be asking yourself. And write down the answers and the intentions, or share them with a friend, and let the universe start to move in your favor. Libra suns and Libra risings. This new moon in Capricorn will happen in your 4th house of home, family, the past, and your personal life as well. So this marks a new beginning for you Librans in terms of your home life and your family life. You might be setting the intentions to move home, or to revamp your house, or to remodel your living space in some way so that it reflects your authentic self. You could find yourself really cleaning and decluttering ahead of the new year, or you could be spending some time with family or your chosen family, and setting some intentions around your relationship to your loved ones in the new year. This year has been incredibly rough for you guys at times, Librans, and you've managed to weather more storms than you thought you could. So you should really take this moment to feel incredibly proud, if I can say it, how far you've come and what you've accomplished despite these storms that you've faced. I will say there might be a lot of questions for you around the time of this new moon in terms of your residence. Am I happy here? Do I need to move? Are there some improvements that I can make so I don't have to move? When am I going to start a family, or when am I going to extend my family? Do I need more support from my family, or do I need to support my family more? These are the really sort of important things to think about, and I would gently encourage you to share these considerations with your loved ones around the new moon in Capricorn. Set some intentions, write them down, talk about them, and with Saturn in the picture this new moon, try your best to make sure that these intentions and these goals and ambitions are realistic and practical as well. Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your 3rd house of communication, local travel, and siblings as well. This might be quite a busy new moon for you, Scorpios. You could be taking some trips here and there, or you could be making a lot of calls or sending a lot of emails before the year ends. You might be spending some extra time with your siblings as well, if you have siblings. What I will say is that you have been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of reviewing this year on what it is that you want from 2025. This new moon is a really, really good opportunity to actually set some intentions for the year ahead. What projects do you want to do? What type of places do you want to go? How can you be more community focused? What brought you joy this year, and how can you do more of that in 2025? With Saturn in Pisces over in your 5th house of fun, I know how serious life has been for you over the last year or so. 2 years now actually. So it's going to be really important at this new moon to think about what you want 2025 to look like for you. There might be something that you're interested in learning, and you might set the intention to begin studying that in 2025. Or there might be a part of you that wants to be less busy in 2025 and spend more time resting. So whatever it may be, whatever you've been reflecting on, not just in that Mercury retrograde cycle, but also at that full moon in Gemini around the 15th of December, take those reflections and what you've learned and apply them to your intentions in 2025. Write them down, share it with a sibling or share it with a friend, and just put it out there and try to build like a realistic and practical roadmap for a really abundant and rich 2025. Not just rich materially, but rich in terms of experience. Sagittarians, Sagittarius suns and Sagittarius risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your second house of income, values, self-worth and talents. So this is a gorgeous new moon for setting some new intentions around money and finances, as well as around how you want to feel next year in regards to your confidence and your self-esteem as well. This new moon could bring with it an opportunity to increase your income in some way, or it could call you to rebudget ahead of 2025. I think with the new moon being in the sign of Capricorn, it's a really good chance to get clear about how you want your money to work for you next year. You could make plans to monetize one of your existing talents or start up a side hustle. You could also think about like a way to take what you might have learned this year and maybe start like a business or start some type of like income earning venture, if that makes sense. Either way, it's a positive new moon for you, and I do feel like there might be a general feeling of optimism when it comes to this new moon and the new year as well. Write these plans down either in a notebook or in the notes app in your phone. If you get any inspirations or ideas that begin to kind of like pop up, talk to your family members or those you consider family, if it's safe to do so. Saturn is over in Pisces in your fourth house of home and family. So talking to your family or your chosen family about some of your goals could really bring about some tangible support and tangible advice that you can apply to your plans and your aspirations as well. Try your best to keep your spirits high, and if you're window shopping and you do see an item that you feel like would complement the new aesthetic that you plan to have in the new year, put it in your basket. Notice I didn't say buy it, but put it in your basket for when you're ready to buy it. You've just come out of a really big review of yourself when you had Mercury retrograde going through your sign. So take what you've learned about yourself and your style and what you want from life and your life path, and infuse those things into the plans that you make around the time of this new moon. Capricorn suns and Capricorn risings. This new moon is your new moon. It will fall in your first house of identity, life path, and your physical body as well. I usually wouldn't say this, but it is definitely the time for browsing, for window shopping, for a new wardrobe. How do you want to look in 2025? How do you want to feel in 2025? What type of energy do you want to exude next year? These are some of the questions that you're going to be asking yourself around the time of this new moon. What type of direction do you want your life path to take? What do you want to achieve in the upcoming years? There's obviously so many questions. And I know you've been probably thinking about it diligently already. This new moon is an opportunity for both an internal overhaul and an external overhaul as well. You will probably be... the universe is really supporting you to reshape and rework your identity, how you view yourself and how you want others to view you as well. You you probably will be feeling quite high energy around this new moon. I do feel like you'll be considering what type of experiences you want to have and what type of people you want to meet next year. Get those intentions down in your journal or even in the notes app on your phone, and begin brainstorming these dreams and these aspirations that you have. I feel like you guys like to remain quite realistic and down to earth when it comes to planning things, but your ruler, Saturn, is in Pisces at the moment, and it's making a really harmonious aspect to this new moon. So I dare to dream. Dare to dream. Dream big. You will be surprised at how the universe moves around you when you get clear about what it is that you want. So lean into the delulu, if that makes sense. Aquarius suns and Aquarius risings. So this new moon in Capricorn will happen in your 12th house space. Your 12th house rules over spirituality, mental health, things that are hidden, and also endings. So this will be quite a restful new moon for you Aquarians, which I feel like is that's quite a welcome. It's quite welcome, because the year that you guys have had. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. You might be resting and recharging after quite a busy Christmas period, but I feel like you'll also be thinking really hard internally about your intentions for the year 2025. This could be intentions around your mental health. It could be intentions around how to navigate that better. It could also be in terms of your personal spirituality and how you might want to connect deeper to your personal belief system in 2025 as well. You could also kind of retreat behind the scenes around the 30th of December and kind of lock in and prioritize your goal setting and your intention setting, and not really wanting to share that with people too much, which for this new moon I would agree. You know, I feel like this is quite a private time for you guys. You might set the intention to go to therapy or engage in some type of self-improvement or self-development venture. It could be therapy, it could be a course something that you've wanted to do for quite a while, or you've been considering it, but now you finally kind of feel ready to take that step into that course of learning. It's a very quiet new moon for you guys. That's why my voice is a bit lower, you know. It's not without its internal sort of explorations and your internal considerations. So take as much time as you need around the 30th of December and set some intentions for 2025. Pisceans, my fellow Pisces suns and Pisces risings. This new moon in Capricorn will fall in your 11th house of long-term plans for the future, friends and groups. So this is a very, very important new moon for you Pisces. You have Saturn over in your first house of your life path, making a harmonious aspect to this new moon in your 11th house. So it's time to set some intentions for the future, whether that's long-term goals, life path goals. This is the perfect time to get serious, and not that you're not serious already, but set some realistic and practical intentions for 2025. This is also a fantastic time to set intentions for any business ideas that you have. If you have ideas that you've been sitting on, the 11th house actually rules over businesses. So it might be good to include some of those ideas that you might have had in your intentions for the new year. I know that us Pisces, we tend to like dream big anyway, but what I would say is dream bigger. Is that bad advice? Dream bigger around the time of this new moon. This is also a time where you might set the intention to make some new friends as well, or join a new group. You might end up setting intentions to connect next year to people who align with you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And this new moon might call you to prioritize making connections and networking with people that you can relate to on a certain level in 2025. Not saying you don't have people like that now, but yeah. So, whichever direction this new moon pulls you to, follow it, get those goals written down, and yeah, dream big ahead of the upcoming new year. So that is all for today, guys. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my new channel for horoscopes and astrology updates, and let me know in the comments what your plans for the new moon in Capricorn around the 30th of December is, or are. Let me know what your plans are. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. They're both linked in the description box below. And do leave a comment if you have any questions or insights about this video. Happy healing, everyone.